So we've just headed up a bit further from the old Waterloo station, and look what we have here. One very intact platform. So I've made my way further up, and then we're going to walk down and just have a look at this platform, which is still intact. So this would have been the left-hand platform here, and you would have had another one somewhere in the middle of this car park here. But I'm now going to cut to a photo fade taken from somewhere over there, pointing down towards Central. You'll get to see the station building on that bridge and also the platforms. So the original Waterloo Road station would have been roughly where those grey buildings are down there, just to this side of the bridge as the line headed out this way. And like I said, in the later years, they merged them together, well, both lines, so the left and right, and they put the platforms right in the middle, so the station moved up a bit and became South Shore as it is today. But just check out the quality of that platform, and it's still standing today immaculately. Look at the stonework underneath, or the brickwork. You can still see that there, and then the nice platform edging here. And just if you step out away from the platform edge, you can still see the original flooring there as well, all underneath this grass here, all the way over to the opposite platform, which still stands somewhere under here. And then today's platform is beyond that fence there. So just as we head into our next destination and away from Waterloo Road station. So it's worth mentioning that Waterloo Road was on the Kirkham line, which was the one that follows Yeadon Way, or Yeadon Way follows. And then you had this line here, which headed off down to Lytham. And you can still see the line today as it exists. But the station was for that line. And then you had another station just over here for this line here, because they were separate companies back in the day. So we're going to head up there now, and I'm going to show you the site of Lytham Station, or Lytham Road Station, which was right there. So here we are on the Lytham Road Bridge, and we're looking towards the pleasure beach. You can just see one of the roller coasters up there on the end of the track. Now the next station up here would be the Pleasure Beach Station, which still exists today. But right behind the camera there would have been Lytham Road Station. So let's take a look on that side and see what we can find. So there we go, you can still see the bridge today, and that's because the railway does still run underneath here. So there you're looking towards Bloomfield Road further down, and Blackpool Central beyond that. So the line here is only a single track, but it used to be double track here. But just behind those trees there would have been Lytham Road Station. Now originally opened in the 1860s as South Shore Station, and then changed its name in the early 1900s to Lytham Road. So you can get a slightly better shot here. So this is the current line that comes underneath heading towards Lytham St Anne's. And then where the cars are driving on Yeadon Way over there is the other track bed that would have split off to Kirkham that way from Blackpool Central. So again, I'm stood on the Lytham Road Bridge, and I'm just looking at a piece of wasteland which is right behind where the station site would have been. And I've just spotted a massive stone block just down there in the trees. That could be something significant for the station, maybe, I don't know, a platform edge block or something like that. I just thought I'd mention it while I was passing. I can't actually get down there, but you can see it. It's very close to the railway fence just behind it there. So just as we make our way down the bridge, this car park here would have been the former site of the station building. In fact, it would have been right here in front of us, and would have branched off that way across the railway lines with a little bridge crossing down to the tracks and the platforms. But as you can see today, it's nothing more than a car park, as a lot of things in Blackpool are. But we're stood right on where it would have been now, and the railway line is just behind that fence there now. So there would have been two tracks here, and the station building would have been mainly this side here. So what I'm going to do is cut to a couple of photo fades taken from various locations. So we're going to go for 2 at the top of the bridge up here, and then 1 just over there, so you can get an idea of what the building looked like here. And then I'm going to take you somewhere special after and show you something of this station building that still remains today. So when this station building was demolished, the original Victorian one, it wasn't actually demolished. Courtesy of a good friend of mine from Blackpool, David Evans, my famous tour guide at the Winter Gardens, he informs me that this building was literally jacked up and moved elsewhere in Blackpool. So we're going to cut to that footage now, and I'm going to show you exactly where that building is, and it's still there today as a residential property. And here we are on Rough Hayes Lane, just in the shadow of Yeadham Way, which is the former trackbed for the railway leaving Central Station. And as you can see right there is what we believe is the former station building for the Lytham Road station. And it's believed to have been moved here many years ago and is now a residential property. Now I'm just going to show you this picture taken just a couple of years ago, which shows it looking very different to what it does now. And you can see even more on that picture that it does look like the former station. Obviously a few enhancements made to make it into a residential property, but it still has its original form. And the original chimney on the top right up there, you can see has got the original bricks and colours on it. And just up there you can see Yeadham Way, which is the road heading straight into Blackpool that everybody will use when they come into Blackpool. And you can just see the traffic up at the top there. And just round the corner here, just to show you that it was the former railway embankment that carried the railway out of Blackpool and down what is now the M55. You can see this amazing bridge here. It just shows you that it's still an old railway embankment in that classic engineering brick there. Well, I hope you enjoyed our series looking at Blackpool Central Station and the route leaving Blackpool. Now I had to get in the rest of the route because I just wanted to show you what also remains further up the line, because it was such a vast site. Now what I'm going to do is finish the video with a time lapse of me driving up Yeadon Way and back out of Blackpool, just so you can see the entire length of the route that it took leaving Blackpool, and how familiar it will be for those that come into Blackpool on that route and didn't know that it used to be a former railway. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching these videos. I'll see you next week in the next one. Bye.